The AA Daily Reflections for March 28th, I think. Is it the 28th? It is the 30th. Well, I guess I was a couple days behind. Oh my goodness, another one of these great, exciting ones. Our Group Conscience, March 30th. Sometimes the good is the enemy of the best. That's from Alcoholics Anonymous Comes of Age, page 101. I think these words apply to every area of AA's three legacies: recovery, unity, and service. I want them etched into my mind and life as I trudge the road of happy destiny. That's funny, because I say that to a couple of my buddies after they read the end of the meeting. That's from Alcoholics Anonymous, page 164. These words, often spoken by co-founder Bill W., were appropriately said to him as the result of the group's conscience. It brought home to Bill W. the essence of our second tradition: our leaders are but trusted servants, they do not govern. Just as Bill W. was originally urged to remember, I think that in our group discussions, we should never settle for the good, but always strive to attain the best. These common strivings are yet another example of a loving God, as we understand him, expressing himself through the group conscience. Experiences such as these help to stay in the proper path of recovery. I learned to combine initiative with humility, responsibility, and thankfulness, and thus relish the joys of living my 24-hour program. Good is the enemy of the best. Well, a lot of these, I do enjoy kind of like the background, the history of AA, and what it took to get what we have today. What pops out at me is, I think that in our group discussions, we should never settle for the good, but always strive to attain the best. These common strivings are yet another example of a loving God as we understand him expressing himself through the group conscience, which I think means God is the whole of the opinion of the group, not just the individual parts of it. These daily reflections about like the group health and all this stuff, they're hard to kind of find individual lessons out of it. It's okay to find individual lessons out of it in regards to like how we interact with AA and the logistics of how AA is healthy. Now, let's see if we can find anything in here that I can pull out today. Experiences such as these help me to stay on the proper path of recovery. Okay, now we're cooking. Now we have individual lessons out of this. So if we go back, it says, I think that in our group discussions, we should never settle for the good, but always strive to attain the best. These common strivings are yet another example of a loving God as we understand him expressing himself through the group conscience. Experiences such as these help me to stay on the proper path of recovery. I learned to combine initiative with humility, responsibility, and thankfulness, and thus relish the joys of living my 24-hour program. So, what I learned from group conscience, going to group conscience meetings, which I don't do very often, but learning to accept the will of the group instead of the will of the individual helped me to learn to combine initiative with humility, responsibility, and thankfulness, and thus relish the joys of living my 24-hour program. I don't know. This is another tough one again, but learning to combine initiative with humility, responsibility, and thankfulness. That is one of the places in my program where I think I could improve upon a great deal, is taking some responsibility within the group, kind of the back end of the group conscience meetings, the business meetings, things like that, which are not well attended. And when I see responsibility used here, that also takes me back to service to other people. I could be better at that. Once again, I don't have much on this one. These always perplex me a little bit. Like and subscribe. Hope you stay sober today.